Okay, so we will start, as we always start, go ahead and lay back on your bolster and your block. And put your other block at the very top of the bolster. So we filmed last week, but unfortunately it froze on us, so we are going to refilm this week. So no pressure.
Okay.
And so I'm repeating something I said last week. For example, if you're at home doing this and you don't have one of these fancy yoga bolsters, you can lay on a similar shaped couch cushion, or you can fold up a thick mat. You can roll up your own yoga mat, and you can lay on the yoga mat. You can roll up a second yoga mat. You can make this shape out of blankets. You can find all sorts of ways to make this shape and lay back. So your head is on the bolster. Good, and your pelvis is on the mat, and your arms are by your side, palms are up. And you can have your knees bent if that's more soothing for your low back, or you can have your legs straight, your choice. So if you close your eyes and you really let your shoulders get heavy, this will create an opening across the chest. And at first, the sensation may be subtle. At first, you may not notice much. But the longer you lay here and the more you surrender the weight of your body down to the bolster and down to the mat, the more opening effect you'll have across the front of the chest. And this is where you can begin to notice your breath. So, not only do we train our bodies through our yoga postures, but we are training our mind through keeping our focus on our breath. And when the mind wanders, bring a focus back to the sensation of the breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And see if you can relinquish control of the breath. Is that the right word? Does that work? Relinquish? Anybody? Yeah?
What you trying to say?
Trying to say let go of control.
Stop breathing.
Surrender control. No, keep breathing. I'll look it up. Just witness the breath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Trust that without your control, the body will still breathe, as it does every day, all day. And sometimes it helps here to notice the state of activity in the mind. Some days it's easy to come into a state of calm and quietness, and some days it's really difficult to slow down the activity level of the mind. And without judgment, without assessment, just observe the state of your mind at this very moment. We'll begin to deepen the breath consciously now. Begin to breathe deeper into your chest and into your belly. And then create your own count for your breath. So count one of your inhales, a nice long, slow, steady inhale. Add an extra number and count backwards for your exhales. So if your inhale goes to 5, then exhale with the count of 6. And maintain that count for the next 5 or 6 breaths. And if it helps to focus your mind, you can carry on counting your breaths. Keeping the breath deep and steady. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall out to the side. And if you'd like to stretch the sides of your body and your shoulders, grab for opposite forearms or elbows, bring them over your head. And you can let them dangle, or if they reach that block that's there, they can rest on the block. Again, breathing deep. Taking the breath into the sides of the body as well. Change the configuration of your arms. Also, if you're doing this at home and you absolutely can't find anything to be the shape of this bolster, you can lay flat on the mat. So you can do this flat on the mat as well with a cushion for your head. Bring your arms by your side. Close your knees up. Either roll off to the side or press yourself up to seated. And then we'll move everything off to the side, grab a cushion for your head, and come to laying on your back. So when you pick the cushion for your head, you want to make sure that your forehead and your chin are level, and that's going to help to keep your neck nice and neutral. Once you get there, pull your knees in towards your chest and rock from side to side. And then bring your hands to your thighs. Flex your feet. Make your shins parallel to the floor like you're sitting on a chair. Press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands, and see if you can brace through your core. So see if that forces your core to brace. If you press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands, and then start to press so hard that you don't know which one's going to win. Are your hands going to win, or are your legs going to win? Press them really firmly towards each other. So you have even a little bit of quivering in your core. Your low back is pressing into the mat. Keep your feet flexed. Press your thighs into your hands. Press a little bit harder. Really make everything shake, quiver. Press, 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 and then release. Grab a hold of your shins and rock from side to side. Okay, and then bring your arms by your side, palms are down. Take your shins parallel to the floor. You can add some support here by wiggling from side to side and putting your hips up on top of your hands. Keep your feet nice and flexed. And we're going to go with double leg lower. So you can lower halfway or you can lower all the way. And you're going to try and keep your knees bent at that 90-degree angle. So as you exhale, lower either halfway or all the way, both legs. And inhale, bring them back up. So you're trying to keep the low back pressed into the mat and the core is doing the work. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower, either all the way or halfway, your choice. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale and back up. If you want more of a challenge, you can interlace your hands behind your head. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Two more. Exhale, lower. And inhale and back up. Last one. Exhale, lower. And inhale, back up. Grab a hold of your shins and rock from side to side. So again, position your hands for core work, so your arms can be by your side, which is kind of middle ground. You can be sitting on your hands, palms are down, or your hands can be interlaced behind your head for more of a challenge. And then we're going to try and straighten our legs as much as we can towards the ceiling. Once your legs are as straight as they'll go, press your low back into the mat. So try to help hold the legs up by engaging your core. And then point your toes towards the ceiling and flex your feet towards your face. You can always have your knees bent here. Point your toes and flex your feet. And point your toes and flex your feet. And point your toes and flex your feet. And then we'll circle out the ankles, getting some cricks and cracks out of the way. And then change the direction of your circles. And then keep your left foot still. Circle your right foot in a clockwise fashion. Just the right foot going clockwise. Keep the right foot going clockwise, don't let it change. And make the left foot go counterclockwise.
Sure.
You can do it. It's a little bit of mental communication with your feet. Okay, and let's take a break and bring your knees in towards your chest and grab a hold of your shins and rock. So you can always rest whenever you need to, of course, if we're going for too long. Notice if there's any change in sensation in the ankles. Sometimes they feel a little warm from all that movement. A little bit more core work. Bring your arms by your side or underneath your hips or behind your head. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Of course, you can have the knees bent also. We're going to lower one leg either halfway or all the way. So the right leg is either going to go halfway or it's going to go all the way. And then a nice slow, long inhale brings it back up. Exhale, left leg halfway or all the way. Inhale, nice, long, slow inhale brings it back up. Exhale, right. Inhale, brings it back up. Brace through your core. Exhale, left. Like someone's going to punch you in the belly. And you're going to brace for it. Inhale up. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. 4 more. Exhale, right. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Inhale up. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Exhale, left. Good work. Last one. Inhale up and bend your knees, bring them in towards your shins, and rock from side to side. All right, so we're going to come all the way to standing. So you can roll off to the side if you'd like and press yourself up to standing. Move your blocks off to the side. And we'll have the chair facing you, the seat facing you. All right, so feet are hip width apart, second toes are facing forwards. Close your eyes for a moment. Rock your weight forwards into the balls of your feet. Rock your weight into your heels. Rock your weight over to your left. You can open your eyes if it helps for balance. Then rock over to the right. And then come back into the center. Press down through the base of the big toe. Press down through the base of the pinky toe. And press down through the heel. And then keep pressing down to the base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and the heel, and lift all 10 toes. And if it helps to look down, go ahead and look down. If you want to challenge yourself to not look down, you can keep your head looking forwards. And then as you exhale, lower the pinky toe first, and the fourth toe, and the third toe, and the second toe, and the big toe. And then again, all 10 toes up. Lower the pinky toe, the fourth toe, the third toe, the second toe, and the big toe. And once more, all 10 toes up. Start with the pinky. Try to find the fourth. Try to find the third. Try to find the second. And try to find the big toe. Good. And then keep pressing down to the base of the index, or the base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and the heels. And then contract your quadriceps so your kneecaps are lifting. Good. Roll your shoulders forwards. Roll them up and down and back. And inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, down and back. Last one, inhale, forwards and up. And exhale, down and back. Hold the shoulder blades a little bit on the back body. Yeah, just roll them back a tiny bit. Imagine there's a string pulling you up from the top of your head towards the ceiling. Keep the length in your spine as you exhale, let your left ear fall towards your left shoulder. Good, keeping the shoulders level, just being conscious if they're tipping off to the side. The legs are still fairly strong and engaged. And as you exhale, roll your chin down to your chest and roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Keeping the shoulders nice and level. The shoulder blades are still pulling a little bit towards each other on your back. Just a little bit. The legs are still engaged. As you exhale, roll your chin down towards your chest and go over to the left again. And as you exhale, roll your chin down towards your chest and over to the right. We'll go over to the left again. On your exhale, roll forwards and down, over to the left. Let the right shoulder be really heavy. Take the breath into the right side of the neck. Exhale, roll the chin down across the chest and over to the right. This time letting the left shoulder be heavy and breathing into the right side of the neck. As you exhale, roll your chin down towards your chest. As you inhale, lift your chest towards your chin. And then slowly float your head to center. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist, and then reach over to the right. Taking the breath into the left side of the body. Every inhale, imagine you're creating more space between each rib. Every exhale, think about releasing a little bit of the tension. Make sure you're bracing through your core a little bit here so that your low back is safe. If you find your low back gets pinched, lift up a little bit, brace through your core, and then carry on breathing. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, change sides. Let's reach over to the left. Take the breath into the right side of the torso. Relax your face and your jaw. You can close your eyes if it helps. The legs fairly strong. Use the strength of your left arm to pull your right arm up and overhead. Make sure the breath stays fluid. If the breath gets interrupted, then you may be reaching over too far and you may want to lift up a tiny bit. Good. Inhale, come to center. Keep your arms reaching up. Reach up as high as you can. Let your shoulders come up. Reach, 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 reach. And then slide your shoulders down your back so that your shoulders are no longer reaching up, but your arms are still reaching up. And then as you exhale, sit your hips back. Make sure your knees don't pass your toes into a chair pose. Keep that energy in the shoulders, shoulder girdle. Okay, so sit back. You're going to bend the waist a little bit. Your torso will reach forwards as your hips reach back. The weight still evenly distributed between the base of the toes, the base of the base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, and the heels. And you're breathing here. And you're warming up the quadriceps. A little squeeze of the glutes. On your next inhale, slowly, like you're pressing up through mud, press yourself all the way to standing. And then exhale, come on back down. Inhale, nice and slowly, press up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, bring your hands by your side. grab one of your blocks, and you're just going to hold it between your hands, kind of like a dead weight. And then you're going to step your feet wider than your mat. So maybe your heels will be on your mat, and your toes will be off your mat, and let your feet angle out at a 45-degree angle. And then bend into that squat and try to keep your back straight as you just lower your hips and your knees are going out. And if that hurts, then come up a little bit and don't go so far. You can also do this with your toes pointing in, David. That causes friction or tension in the knee. Find the angle that works for the foot. Okay? And we're going to hold here. So we're going to work on the adductors. These are your inner thigh muscles. A little bit of glute action here. Your glutes are squeezing. And you're trying to do this with a flat back or a straight back. You're trying to stack your shoulders over your hips. You're trying to brace through your core. And you're going to hold here. And then we're going to inhale, come up just 1 inch. Then exhale, lower down 1 inch. Good. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And exhale, lower and hold. And take a look down and make sure that your knees aren't collapsing inwards. They're tracking directly over the second toe. So you might push your knees back a little bit. Other way. Here. Yeah. Hold and breathe. Good. Breathing through your nose, out through your nose. Is this challenging? Not challenging?
Oh, yeah.
I found the muscles. Okay, and then press into your feet and straighten the legs. Good work. Oh, we need to do that every week. Okay, we'll rest that muscle group. So let's put the blocks off to the side. Excellent. Come to standing facing your chair. Your feet are hip width apart in that nice neutral stance. We're going to come into half sun salutation. So make sure you're standing at the proper distance from your chair for sun salutations. Usually that's about 1 foot, maybe 1.5 feet. And then inhale, reach your arms forward, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, bend through the waist. Bend a little bit in the knees and fold forward. See if you can let your head dangle at the end of the exhale. On the inhale, come up halfway, create an L shape with your body. As you exhale, fold again. Chest comes down towards the thighs. And then inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, reach your arms forward, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, fold. So try to keep the breath fluid. Try not to be holding your breath. Inhale, come up halfway. L shape with the body, and then exhale, fold. Little bend in the knees. Let the head dangle, and then inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. Long inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen the spine, and then exhale and fold. Inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms up, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, hold here. So let's make this L shape with our body. We're going to try and reach the crown of the head forwards, the base of the tailbone, all the way towards the back of the room. You can be on your fingertips or on your palms, it's your choice. Kind of depends on the length of your arms a little bit. You want to have most of the work in the legs here, most of the weight in the legs. So the hands are fairly light. A little bend in your knees is going to help you to create that flat back. You can stay here, or you can reach one arm forwards. You can rest it on the back of the seat if you'd like. We're going to just try to hold this L-shaped posture. So you're looking down at the chair, you're pressing your sit bones back, you're reaching the crown of your head forwards to create a long spine, and you're bracing through the midsection. So it's really important to lift your belly away from the floor here. Yeah, good. And breathe. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands to the chair and fold your chest to your thighs, let your head dangle. On your inhale, let's step the right leg back into a lunge posture. The left knee is over the left ankle. Let's keep the right heel lifted. So lift the right heel. You might need to wiggle your foot a little bit further back. Then come onto your fingertips. Keep your right fingertips on the chair. Reach your left fingertips back and look over at the left wall. So you're twisting your chest towards the left wall. The legs are really strong. The right fingertips stay on the chair. Maybe even looking back at your left thumb. Nice twist in the spine. And then as you exhale, bring the left hand down to the chair. You can do that again, or you can reach your arms up if you'd like, and we'll twist in the standing posture, reaching the right arm forwards and the left arm back. So either the arms are lifted, or the right hand stays on the chair and the left arm reaches back, your choice. And as you inhale, reach your arms up, look forwards, and as you exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Step back into a high plank. So high plank, the shoulders are over the wrists. A little bend in the elbows. If your low back is up for it, you can pull the chest forwards for upward dog. A little squeeze of the glutes is going to keep the low back safe. If that pinches your low back, then don't do that. And then exhale, press back, downward dog. Take 4 deep breaths in downward dog. So the heels are reaching to the mat, the hips are reaching back. You're pressing so hard into the chair that you're shifting weight into your feet. And your hips are reaching far, far back. And the base of the index fingers is glued to the chair. So if you find downward dog on the chair fairly easy, then that's your job, is to keep the base of the finger, base of the index finger and flesh of the thumb glued to the chair. You can drop your heels, Sid. Can you drop your heels? Yeah. That's okay, and just keep pushing your hips back. On your next inhale, step your your right foot forwards. Lunge into your right knee. Come onto your fingertips. Keep your left fingertips on the chair, reach your right arm back and twist to the right. Legs are really strong here. Left heel is lifted, right knee is over the right ankle. And then exhale, bring both hands back down. You can keep the left hand on the chair, or you can reach your arms up. Inhale, first grow long for your spine, and then exhale, reach your left arm back and your right arm forwards, and twist with a really long, other way. Left arm forwards, right arm. Good instruction following though. So the left heel is lifted, the legs are really strong. Think about pulling both femur bones, both thigh bones, in towards your pelvis, and that's going to create a lot of energy and a lot of stability in your twist. Take one more inhale here as you exhale. Bring both hands to the chair. Let's step back into high plank. On your inhale, if you'd like to, upward dog. The chest comes through the upper arm bones. The shoulders stay away from the ears. So if your shoulder's doing this, you got to press into the chair. Legs are strong, and then exhale, press back, downward dog. So remember that upward dog can be very strenuous on the low back, and so if you find that pinches your low back, or maybe in a shoulder socket somewhere, then you have to honor that. On your next inhale, step both your feet forwards towards the chair. As you exhale, fold your chest to your thighs, let your head dangle. And then as you inhale, reach your arms forwards, lift your chest, come all the way up. Lift your chest, look up. Exhale, bring your hands by your side. Interlace your hands behind your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and puff your chest forwards. You can lift your hands away from your tailbone if that's comfortable. Try to keep firm through the core still, so you're not crunching the low back here. Good. And then as you inhale, reach up again, and exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, step the right leg back. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, pull the chest forwards. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale, step your right foot forwards. Exhale, step your left foot forwards and fold in the same exhale. Inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands by your side. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, the left leg back. Exhale, the right foot back. If it's okay for the back, you can do upward dog. If not, then just press back into downward dog. Inhale, the left foot forwards. Exhale, the right foot forwards, fold. Inhale, press into your feet to reach your arms up, lift your chest. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, the right foot back. Exhale, the left foot back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the right foot forwards. Exhale, the left foot forwards and fold. Inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, the right foot back. Inhale, pull the chest forwards. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale, the left foot forwards. Exhale, the right foot forwards. Fold. Inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands by your side. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, the right foot back. Exhale, the left foot back. Inhale, if you'd like to, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, the right foot forwards. Exhale, the left foot forwards and fold. Inhale, press into your feet, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, the left leg back. Exhale, the right foot back. Inhale, pull the chest forwards. Exhale, press the hips back. And let's hold here for 4 breaths in downward dog. Should I open a window? Yeah? Okay. So keep breathing in downward dog as I open the window. Let's do warrior 1. So turn your left foot to a 45-degree angle, step your right foot towards the chair. Bring your arms up overhead. As you inhale, come up, and as you exhale, lunge into the right knee. Take a look down, make sure that your right knee isn't collapsing inwards, it's tracking over the second toe. The back leg is really strong, so the left thigh is contracted. Quadriceps are firm. See if you can lift the 5 toes of the front foot and gently lay them down. Then see if you can imagine lifting the arch of the left foot. So you're not collapsing inwards in the left ankle. The left ankle is neutral. Lift your left heel up off the mat. Shift your weight forwards. You can grab a hold of the back of the chair if you'd like, or you don't have to. And we're going to come into warrior 3. So you're going to lift the left foot up off the mat. You can use the back of the chair. You can use one arm on the back of the chair. You can alternate. You can have your arms out to your side for a little more balance. But you're working to make the torso parallel with the mat as well as the left leg, and the toes are pointing down. So try to point your left toes down so your hips are level. Breathing in warrior 3. On your next exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Step back into warrior 1. Left foot steps back, right foot still forwards. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lunge into your right leg. On your inhale, straighten your right leg. As you exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Press your fingertips into the chair. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forwards. So right hip back, left hip forwards. Good. Both legs stay straight as you begin to fold your chest to your right thigh. And you can bring your hands to the chair if you'd like. Try to keep the back of the neck long, so the gaze is down towards the chair or your foot. And try to keep the front leg straight so you feel a stretch in the back of the front leg, maybe a little bit in the low back. Breathing here, the back foot's down, front leg is straight, straight, straight. On your next inhale, come into warrior 1 again. So bend into the right knee and reach your arms up overhead. And then as you inhale, straighten your right leg again. As you exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip. Bring your left hand down to the chair. Using your right hand, you're going to pull your right hip back. You're going to twist your chest to the right wall. Good, and if you'd like to, you can reach your right arm towards the ceiling. This is called reverse triangle. It's a right arm, Colin. Yeah, there you go. No, but it's way more advanced than me too. So reverse triangle posture. Sid, look at me. Hey, Sid. Left hand on the chair. Yeah, right arm up. There you go. Twisting your chest to the right wall, trying to pull the right hip back. Breathing here. Trying to pull your belly in towards your spine as you twist. And then as you exhale, bring both hands to the chair. Step back into downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your left foot forwards, warrior 1. Turn your right foot to a 45-degree angle. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, lunge into the left knee. So the back quadriceps are contracted. The front knee is tracking over the second toe. You can bend your elbows a little bit so your shoulders will come down. Yeah, good. See if you can become completely present in this very moment of the breath. Not thinking about the past or the present, just focusing on, or the past or the future, just focusing on the breath. you exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the back of the chair, pop your right foot up off the mat, float your right foot up off the mat behind you. The toes are pointing down. So if you let the toes point out to the side, then you're in a bit of a different posture here. For warrior three, you want the toes pointing down so the heel is lifting towards the ceiling. You're trying to make the torso parallel with the mat, as well as the back leg. The standing leg is strong. Little bend in the knee on the left leg, it's not locked. And then you can play around with your balance here. Your arms can reach out to the side one at a time. You can reach forwards. You can keep both hands on the chair if that's where your balance is today. But do find your edge. So you want to come to a place where you might fall a little bit, and that's going to challenge you to improve your balance. Bracing through your core. Breathing, relaxing the jaw and the face. Good work. And then on your inhale, step back into warrior one. Right foot steps back, left foot still forwards. Reach your arms up and lunge into your left knee. And then inhale, straighten your left leg. As you exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Once your fingertips meet the chair, pull the left hip back and the right hip forwards as you fold your chest towards your left thigh. So it's like that sandwich press. We're folding like a waffle maker, like a sandwich press, with the torso and the left thigh. And you're breathing into the back of the left leg. And you can come down onto the palms reach the chair. Yeah, good. Front leg is straight. So remember, when you're stretching the hamstrings, you want to find a comfortable stretch. You don't want to be at that end point of your stretch where you're just dying for the stretch to be over, because you risk overstretching the hamstrings, and then you risk muscle tears, and tomorrow you might regret that. Although they always say that the best way to cure any pain from yoga is to do more yoga. That's why we're making a video, so you can do it every day. All right, on your next inhale, reach your arms forwards, bend into your left knee, come back up into warrior one. Arms are overhead, bending into your left knee. Then we'll do reverse triangle. So straighten the left leg, straighten the left leg. Put your left hand on your left hip. Reach your right arm forwards. Try to reach it really far forwards as you pull your left hip back. And then your right hand comes to the chair, and you use your left hand and your left hip to help twist your torso to the left side of the room. Both legs are really strong. And you can stay here. You don't have to lift your left hand up, but if you'd like to, you can reach your left arm towards the ceiling. So the legs are really strong. The core is helping to twist the chest to the right wall. A little bit of pressure in that hand on the chair. Good. Thinking about pulling your left hip back as you twist. One more inhale here, and then as you exhale, bring both hands to the chair. Let's step back into high plank, and let's hold high plank for a couple breaths. So the shoulders are over the wrists, the core and the quads and the glutes are engaged, the heels are lifted. So you want to be in a position where you feel like your hips are a little bit heavy, but you're using your muscles to hold your hips away from the floor. If you find this is way too easy for you, you can lift your right foot and hover it off the mat behind you. Without letting the hips get heavy. If you're lifting the right leg, keep lifting the right leg. Good. And then exhale, lower the right leg, and then we'll lift the left leg. You don't have to though. If it's challenging, then keep both feet on the mat and work to keep good form. As you exhale, bring your left foot down. Inhale, if you'd like to, upward dog, and then exhale, downward dog, with the hips up and back. Good, let the heels come to the mat. You can let your head be fairly heavy in downward dog, looking down on the mat. You can even let it hang if that feels good. On your next inhale, step both your feet forwards. As you exhale, fold your chest to your thighs. On your inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down, and sweep your arms up so you're in chair pose. So take a look down, make sure that your feet are hip width apart, your knees aren't passing your toes. And let's bend our elbows to a 90-degree angle so that we can just slide our shoulder blades onto our back. And then on your inhale, press into your feet, come all the way to standing, lift your heels and come onto your tiptoes. Find your balance on your tiptoes and the balls of the feet. As you exhale, lower your heels, lower your hips back into chair pose. On your inhale, come all the way back up, lift the heels, come onto the balls of the feet. Keep the legs straight as you exhale, just kiss the heels to the mat, and then inhale, bring them back up. Exhale, kiss the heels to the mat, inhale, back up. Exhale, kiss, inhale, back up. Exhale, kiss, inhale, back up. Try not to shift any weight into the heels. Exhale, kiss, inhale, back up. Exhale, kiss, inhale, back up. 2 more, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then inhale, lift and hold. If you can, mind your neighbors. You might need to tiptoe yourself in one direction, forwards or back, but you're going to straighten your arms out to the sides. Try to reach the fingers towards your ears, so the heels of the hands are pressing out to the sides of the room. Good, try to keep the heels lifted, press the hands away. Make fists with your hands, and now tuck your hands in towards your wrists. Keep the heels lifted if you can. Brace through your core, use your quadriceps, use your glutes. And then as you exhale, lower just your heels, keep your arms out to the side, and circle out your wrists. And change the direction of your circles. And change the direction again. And change the direction again. Keep your arms out to the side if you can. Once more, reach the heels of the hands out, reach the fingers towards the ears. Really reach the heels of the hands out, like you're going to press the walls away. Try to firm up the triceps, or the fleshy part of the arm that hangs under the arm. Really press them away, press them away. And then as you exhale, let the arms down by your sides. Good. All right, a little bit of balance work. Let's turn this chair around so that you have the back of the chair facing you, and turn to face the right side of your mat. So you don't have to use the chair, but you can. We're going to bend the right knee to a 90-degree angle, so that the knees are in line with each other, and the shin is parallel to the floor behind you. You can have both hands on your hips here, or you can use the chair for balance. And then as you exhale, you're going to try to keep your hips level, so it helps to have at least the right hand on the right hip. Don't let the hip lift. So look at me for a moment. So what happens here sometimes is the hip lifts as I lift my leg out to the side. But what we want to try and do is keep the hips level, and I'm just going to take my leg out as far as it'll go without lifting my hip. So if I go out really far, then the hip lifts up. But if I go out to about maybe less than a 45-degree angle, my hips stay level. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So find your balance first with that knee side, the knees side by side, the shin parallel to the floor. You can flex the foot, that'll help. Now with the right hand on the right hip, don't let the hip lift, but take the knee out to the side. And then bring it back. If the hip lifts, then go a little bit less out to the side, and bring it back. And we'll go out to the side, and bring it back. And out to the side, and bring it back. And out to the side, and bring it back. And out to the side, and bring it back. And to the side, and back. To the side, 5 more, back. 4 more, to the side, and back. 3 more to the side, and back, 2, in, 1, and in. And then try to keep your right foot lifted. We're going to just place the right foot on the left shin for tree pose. Right foot goes on the left shin. That left glute might be sore. Is the left glute sore right there? The standing leg? No? Oh, okay, never mind. What's that?
Calf.
Your calf, which one?
Calf.
Standing
The
leg.
left one.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So then with the right foot on the left calf, if you need a rest, of course, do take a rest. But if you're okay in tree pose, the right foot's going to be on the left calf, the right knee is going to pull towards the wall behind you, but the right hip is going to try and face forwards. You can always use the chair for your left hand, Or if you want to challenge your balance, both hands are on your hips. You're pressing your foot into your calf and your calf into your foot. Try to brace through your core as well. So if your hands are on your belly, then see if you can engage your core. Create that corset-like firmness around the midsection of your body. If you're making a lemon face, then maybe take a rest. And then as you inhale, pull the right knee forwards. As you exhale, release the right foot and walk the feet out. Good work. Okay, let's turn to face the other wall. So you've got the chair for your right hand. When you're ready, we're going to flex the left foot and take the shin parallel to the floor. And look down and make sure the knees are side by side. So the left knee wants to come forwards with the right knee, but the left knee is going to be in line with the right knee. Here, Dad, look at me. We're doing this one first.
Oh.
So the foot is just floating like this. There you go, good. Okay, so if your left hand's on your hip, then pinch yourself a little bit and embrace your core. Get that core working. So remember, the left hip stays still. Don't let the left hip lift. We're going to take the left leg out to the side 10 times. There's 1, and in, and 2, and in, and 3, and in, and 4, and in, and 5, and in. If you want to challenge, both hands are on your hips, and 6, and in, good, and 7, and in, and 8, and in, and 9, and in, and 10, and in. Good work. Turn it into tree pose. If you can, keep your left foot lifted. The left foot goes in the calf. Both hands are on the hips or the right hand on the chair. And then the left knee is going to pull towards the wall behind you, but the left hip's going to come forwards. Pressing your foot into your calf and your calf into your foot. Find your balance. You can have your right hand on your hip if you'd like, or you can play around with your balance. You can have 4 fingers in the chair. You can have 3 fingers in the chair. Maybe 2 fingers. Bring your attention to your breath. And just be in the moment with your breath in tree pose. Relax the jaw. Engage the glutes and the core. 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Let your knee come forwards. Rest your left foot on the mat. Walk your knees out. Walk your hips out. Good work. Turn the seat of the chair to face you again. We'll go through one more standing sequence of Warrior 2. So beginning with the sun salutation, inhale, take your arms up, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step back into downward dog. Let your heels come down, let your hips press back towards the back wall. Your hands are really strong on the chair. And then we're going to step the right foot forwards towards the chair and turn your left heel all the way down so that your right heel is lined up with the arch of the left foot for Warrior 2 stance. You're going to stand up and face your hips and shoulders to the left wall. So put your hands on your hips, face the left wall with your hands on your hips. And then bend your right knee towards the front of the room. Keep the left thigh engaged. The left quadricep is strong. Quadriceps. Take a look down and see if your right knee is collapsing inwards. Make sure it's tracking over the second toe on the right side. And then you can reach your arms forwards and back. Turn your gaze to look at your right middle finger. And bend your right knee a little bit more. Bring your left hand to your left thigh or left leg. Turn your right palm towards the ceiling and reach up towards the ceiling. Keep bending the right knee and stretch the right side of your body. Inhale back into Warrior 2. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Bring your right hand to the chair. Or if you'd like to, you can bend your right forearm, bend your elbow, and put your right forearm on your right knee. And then reach your left palm towards the ceiling. Left arm towards the ceiling. And if you'd like to, you can turn your left palm to face me and reach overhead. Big stretch for the left side of the body. So you're trying to be pressed between 2 panes of glass, like a piece of toast on a toaster. And then as you inhale, come back into warrior two. Keeping the right knee bent, keep lunging into your right knee. Back leg is straight. Colin, step your right foot a little bit further forwards. So you don't want your knee to go so far past your ankle. Yeah, that's good. And then the same with Sid. You can step that right foot further forward, Sid. Go longer. Yeah, good. And then reverse warrior. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Turn your right palm towards the ceiling. Reach up. Stretch the right side of the body. Breathe into the right side of the body. Brace through your midsection a little bit. Pull your belly in a little bit. And then inhale, come back to warrior two. Lunging into the right knee. And then exhale, bring your hands to the chair. Step back into high plank. If upward dog feels good, do upward dog. If not, then press into downward dog. On your next inhale, step your left foot forwards. Turn your right foot to a 90-degree angle so you're in a warrior two stance. The left heel lines up with the arch of the right foot. When you're ready, come all the way to standing. Put your hands on your hips, turn to face the right wall. Lunge into your left knee. So bend your knee towards the front of the room. And then reach your arms forwards and back. And look at your left middle finger. See if you can soften your face a little bit. Relax your jaw, relax your eyebrows. Put your right hand on your right thigh. Reach your left palm towards the ceiling. Stretch the left side of your body without changing the amount of bending in your left knee. Your left knee stays nice and bent. Reverse warrior, it's called. Remember, if you end up making a lemon face, ease off a little bit. And then inhale, come back to warrior two. Keep your legs exactly as they are. Let's all just put our hand in the chair. Left fingertips come to the chair, right arm reaches up and overhead, and you can turn your palm, right palm to face me, and reach overhead. Turn your palm down, Colin. Yeah, good. Breathe into the right side of your body. So try to pull your right hip open and tuck your left hip under. Yeah, you got it. You got it, Bob. Now if you can keep everything as it is and just lift your left hand up and put your left elbow on your left thigh, go ahead. But if something changes, then keep your hand on the chair. Good. Breathe. Keep your legs exactly as they are. Inhale, come back to warrior two, lunging into the left leg. If you need a rest, you can straighten your left leg. Reverse warrior once more. Right hand to your right thigh, left palm reaches up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, let's bring everything down to the chair, hands to the chair. Step back into downward dog. Take a deep breath into your nose, in through your nostrils, and exhale through your mouth. On your inhale, step both your feet forwards. Exhale, fold your chest to your thighs. Let's stay in a forward fold for a couple breaths. So if the forearms reach the chair, you can bring your forearms to the chair. If you can stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists, you might want to do that. It's nice to give the head a rest or to let the weight of the head rest on something. A little bend in the knees. Trying to distribute the sensation of a forward fold between the backs of the legs and the spine. I think you should start your feet a little bit closer. Yeah, because you want to get a forward fold, not a downward dog. There you go. Good. Where's the stretch now in your body, Dad?
Everywhere.
Okay. Good. That's actually the right answer. Let your head dangle. If you want to grab onto your arms and let your arms dangle, you can do that. If that feels a little bit too intense, then you don't have to do that. So if you're letting your arms dangle, grab onto your elbows. And then nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Take some deep breaths in through your nose. If breathing is difficult here, then put your hands back on the chair. We'll roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time, so let your arms dangle towards the floor. Pull your belly up and in. Tuck your tailbone under
And start to roll your spine up by tilting your pelvis back. Tailbone tucks under, the whole spine follows along. Let your head and shoulders come up at the very end, let them be really heavy. When you get to the top of your roll up, then roll your shoulders up towards your ears and slide them down your back. And do that a couple times, a couple shoulder rolls, as everyone else makes their way up. Okay, then we'll move our chair off to the side. If you want to use the chair to get down to the floor, then keep it nearby. And we'll grab the bolster for some support for your knees. If you don't need support for your knees, then you don't need to use the bolster. If you do grab the bolster, then you'll put the blocks under your hands. If you don't grab the bolster, and your hands will be on the mat. Neutral hands and knees position, so the wrists are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. As you exhale, let's round our spines into a cat stretch. And as you inhale, arch your back into a cow stretch. Let the breath start first. First the exhale starts, then the tailbone tucks under, the spine rounds. Then the inhale starts and the tailbone lifts and the chest comes forwards. Then the exhale starts and the tailbone tucks and the spine rounds. You push the blocks of the mat away, and the inhale starts, and the chest comes forwards, the tailbone lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift, arch. Exhale, round. Relax the face. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, round the spine. Then we'll come to a neutral spine, so flat back. And then take your hands and or your blocks further forwards than your shoulders. So we're going to do a little bit of plank and downward dog on the mat. So make sure you're bracing through your core. Remember not to sink through the chest. So you're pressing into your hands so much so that the space between the shoulder blades is filling up. So you're not sinking the chest forwards, you're pressing the space between the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. The core is braced. And now the hips are coming forwards and down a little bit. So the shoulders are over the wrists. So shift your weight forwards so your shoulders come over your wrists. Your arms are straight. Yeah, good. And then you can step your right leg back if you'd like. And you can alternate legs without letting the hips get heavy. So the ball of the right foot's on the mat. Because we're also going to lift the left knee. So you're going to come into a low plank if you're comfortable there. Or you're going to alternate knees. Or sorry, a high plank. Sorry, you're in a high plank. Pressing into the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Bracing through your core. Try to lift the low back towards the ceiling. Try to make the space between the top of the pelvis and the lower ribs shorter. That's going to engage the core. And then let's rest by bringing the knees down. Bring your hands and your blocks in and sit your hips towards your heels in a child's pose-like posture. So you can round the back, let the hips come down. Let the forehead come down. Ease into the flexion of the knee joints. And we'll do plank again. So when you're ready, come forwards, put your hands on the blocks or on the mat. Make sure you walk your hands so far forwards that your hips are coming forwards because you're keeping your shoulders over your wrists. And then just for a moment, keep your knees down for a moment. And do let your hips come down. Let your hips sag. Let's see it. Let your hips sag. Yeah. And then lift your hips away from the floor. And just notice that action in the core and the midsection. So that's the action you need to hold the hips up in a plank posture. So you can stay here with the knees on the mat and work on your core strength. Or if you'd like to, you can lift your knees up off the mat or the bolster. And the more muscle groups you can recruit here in plank, the easier this will become. So the quadriceps are recruited, the glutes are recruited, the core is pressing, the core is firm, and you're pressing into the base of the index fingers and thumbs, so the wrists aren't being strained. So Sean, lower your blocks. And use the blocks. Looking down between your index fingers, try to lift your low back towards the ceiling. Try to press into my hand. There. Good. Try to press into my hand, Colin. Press into my hand. Oh, we're losing you. Knees down. Yeah, knees down. It's okay. And let's put our knees down, let's take a rest. Press your hips towards your heels. And if child's pose isn't soothing for you because it's too much pressure in the knees, then come to cat and cow, hands and knees, and round out the spine. So remember, that's always an alternative when you're practicing at home. If child's pose is too intense for your knees, then you can round through cat and cow. So we'll do one more thing on the blocks, and that'll be downward dog. So put your hands back on your blocks, or not on the mat, your choice. And you're going to be in the same position as you were before. So you're going to be kind of in a low plank posture. So the hips are further forwards than the knees. The shoulders are over the wrists. You can hook the heel of your hand against the small edge of the block, and then brace through your core, pick your knees up, press into your hands, use your core, press your hips up and back in downward dog. So here in downward dog, the heels may not come down to the mat, and that's okay, they can stay lifted. But you're letting them drop as far as they'll drop. Yeah. And the thighs, the quadriceps are contracted, so the thighs are pulling the hips back towards the back of the room. You're looking down, letting your head be heavy if you'd like, so your neck can stay neutral. You're lifting the hips high, high, high. Yeah. Let's switch on. Hold for 3 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale and rest in child's pose or in a cat-cow sequence, your choice. And then from here, we're going to come forwards onto our bellies. So you can move your bolster out of the way, you can move your blocks out of the way. A nice way to come down is to keep your core firm, come down onto your forearms, and then let your pelvis come down. And let your chest come down, make a pillow with your palms, and rest your right ear on the pillow. Take some deep breaths into your low back, fill your low back up with breath. We'll do a couple back strengtheners here, or they're called back bends sometimes in yoga. Just be conscious of your limits here. Know your limits, play within them. If your low back starts to feel strained or overworked, then you can rest by either laying here on your belly, you can press back into a child's pose, or you can roll onto your back and pull your knees in towards your chest. We'll start with baby cobra posture. Bring your forehead to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows are up like grasshopper arms, and then press the tops of the feet into the mat. So the toes are pointing towards the back of the room, the tops of the feet, the shoelaces are pressed into the mat. Your quadriceps are engaged, the thigh muscles are strong, and the kneecaps are lifting away from the floor. With all that held, on your inhale, lift your forehead up off the mat. Keep your hands nice and light, so they're hovering 1 inch off the mat. And then use the muscles of the back of your body to lift your chest up off the mat and keep breathing. As you exhale, lower everything down. And as you inhale, bring everything up. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. And inhale and back up. Once more, exhale down, relax your face, inhale and back up, and hold here and breathe. And if you'd like to, you can reach your arms behind your back, interlace your hands, and use the strength of your arms to lift yourself a little higher. Try to keep the shoelaces of the feet pressed into the mat as you lift up. And as you exhale, lower down, make a pillow with your palms, and rest your left ear on the pillow. So for the next one, we'll do full locust posture, and we'll lift up and come down for 5 breaths. So what that means is you can either have your arms reaching forwards, and on your inhale you can lift up and come down, or you can have your arms by your side. And as you inhale, everything lifts up and everything comes down. So choose your hand position. You can also have your hands under your shoulders and use your hands for a little bit of support. When you're ready, on your inhale, lift your legs, lift your torso, lift your arms, everything off the mat, and as you exhale, come on down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come on down. Try not to hold the breath. Nice slow inhales. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Last one. Inhale up. And exhaling down. Let's press back into a child's pose. So come onto your forearms. Use your core to pull your hips up. And then just let your hips come down as far as comfortable in your knee joints. Round your low back. And when you're ready, we'll roll over onto our backs. So once you've had enough rest in child's pose, you can swing your legs forwards and roll onto laying on your back. Once you get there, and make sure you bring your cushion for your head. And once you get there, pull your knees in towards your chest and rock from side to side. Put your left foot on the mat, interlace your hands on top of your right shin, and pull your right knee in towards your right armpit. Just putting a little bit of compression in the right hip flexors, in the knee, and also aiding in digestion a little bit by pressing the right thigh into the abdomen. If it's comfortable to straighten the left leg, you can straighten the left leg. Bend your left knee again, put your foot on the mat, and then straighten your right leg as much as you can towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your right thigh, and gently guide your right leg overhead. So you're just thinking about your knee coming closer to your right shoulder. If you would like something more intense, a more intense sensation in the back of the right leg, if you don't already have an intense sensation in the back of your right leg, you can lift your head, look up at your right knee, and you can slide your hands past your right knee joint and draw your shin in towards your right shoulder. Go easy on the back of the leg. Keep the right foot nice and flexed. The heel is reaching towards the ceiling. The right leg is as straight as is comfortable. Try not to pull behind the knee joint because it just causes the knee to bend, and we want to try and have the leg straight. So try to have the hands behind the thigh or behind the shin. One more inhale here. Then as you exhale, place that right ankle on top of the left knee for thread the needle posture. Keep the right foot flexed. Make sure that foot stays flexed. Think about the right knee falling away from the body. And you can stay here and rest and breathe into the sensations of the body. Or you can interlace your hands behind your left thigh and have your left foot off the mat. But if that's really intense, if that restricts the breath, then release and have the foot rest on the mat. If your head lifts up, then you'll need to let go of your leg so your head can come back down. Good. Close your eyes, relax your forehead. Tuck your chin under a little bit so the back of the neck is long. And then as you exhale, let's change sides. Actually, sorry, let's pull. So put your right foot on the mat and interlace your hands on top of your left shin and pull your knee in towards your left shoulder. So on top of your left shin to start. So the knees bent in towards the shoulder. So close that for a second. Hold on, not quite there yet. You're ahead of us. Put your hands on top of here. Yeah, and pull the knee in towards the shoulder. If you'd like to, you can straighten your right leg if that's comfortable. If that pinches the low back, then don't bother. So think about pulling the left knee in towards the left shoulder. You're compressing the left side of the digestive tract now. You're closing the left hip up. Maybe a bit of a stretch on the right hip flexors also. And now you can bend the right knee, put the right foot back on the mat. Straighten your left leg towards the ceiling as much as you can. Interlace your hands behind your left thigh.
thigh. So you're pulling your left leg in towards your forehead, essentially. You can straighten the right leg again if that's comfortable, or you can keep the right knee bent. And if you'd like to, you can lift your head, look up at your knee, and you can slide your hands further up your leg as you draw the knee in towards the forehead even more. But if that's really intense and that's way too much work than what you want to be doing, you can take the head down and slide the hands back onto the back of the thigh. Remember, with hamstring stretches, you want to find just a nice comfortable edge in the back of the leg. And then bend the right knee again, flex the left ankle, put it on top of the right knee, thread the needle on the other side. So the left ankle's on top of the right knee. If it's comfortable and available to you, interlace your hands behind your right thigh, keeping your left foot on top of your right thigh. If that's not available, then keep the right foot on the mat and let the left knee fall away from your body. Keep the chin tucked under a little bit so the back of the neck is long. Relax your face and your jaw. And then we'll release. Put both feet on the mat. Both knees are bent. Put your arms out of the side of your body. Palms are down, kind of in the T-like position. And then let your knees fall off to the right. If they land on something, you can use that something. If there's a bolster there, excuse me, you're welcome to use the bolster. Think about keeping your left shoulder pressed down onto the mat. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can look a little bit over towards the left. Put your arms like this, and then put your knees together, and let them both go to the right. So you're twist, yeah. Sorry, you can put your left hand down just so your arms rest. See if you can let gravity take over in the twist. Letting go of any gripping or holding. And then as you inhale, let your legs come to center, your knees come to the middle, and as you exhale, let them fall off to the left. So our last posture, so you can really let yourself relax, start to let go of any gripping or holding. If it's really intense for the knees to be hovering, you can slide a bolster under your left thigh or your left knee. Close your eyes. And when you're ready, bring your knees back to center. Pull them in towards your chest, give them a final squeeze, rocking if it feels good. And then preparing for final relaxation, you can slide your bolster underneath your knees. Make sure you've got the right cushion for your head. Make yourself as comfortable as you can make yourself. So in Shavasana, we're trying to make the body so neutral that there's no sensation in the body. The body's relaxed. With your arms by your side, try to have your palms up. That's going to encourage an opening across the front of the chest. And then close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your belly, into your chest, fill everything up. And then open your mouth and sigh and let it out. Letting go of all the work that you did today. Again, inhale, deep breath in. And sigh.
And last time, inhale. Deepest breath you've taken all day. Fill your fingers, fill your toes, fill everything up. And then make any final fidgets or adjustments that you need to make. And once you've made them, see if you can commit to resisting the urge to fidget. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your ankles, relax your shins, relax your knees, relax your thighs, relax your hips, relax your abdomen, relax your spine. Relax your shoulders, relax your upper arms, relax your elbows. Relax your forearms, relax your wrists, relax your hands. Relax your neck. Relax your throat, relax your jaw, relax your tongue, relax your lips, relax your cheeks, relax the inner corners of your eyes, relax the outer corners of your eyes. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your mind. Relax your entire body. Relax. 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 Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your head from side to side. Slide your feet together, reach your arms overhead, stretch your body long on the mat. Stretch, stretch, stretch.
Keep your right arm overhead. Bend your knees. Oh, sorry. Bend your knees. Pull them in towards your chest first, and grab a hold of your shins and rock from side to side. And then keep your right arm overhead. Use it as a pillow as you roll off to the right. Roll off to the right. And once you're on your side, see if you can slowly press yourself up to seated. Step, bring your hands together. Draw your forehead towards your fingertips. Take a moment to take a deep breath in and fill yourself with gratitude for all that you have in your life. Thank you for a great class and have a great night. Okay. So remember next week's pub night?
Yes.
So you guys have a choice. I guess you can go home in between now, and we usually make it to the pub around 6:30, 6:15, 6:30. So you can go home and come back, or you can go right to the pub and have a drink, or you can do some groceries in the meantime. You have to kill some time. You can choose how you want to do that. Who is coming to pub night next week?
Either. Gary's not though.
I know Gary's not. Okay, looks like almost. I'm not sure, David. Okay. All right. Well, enjoy. We'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, we brought you the straps. Yeah, sometimes I give them out the grip.
Want to leave the chairs out too? Or?
Yeah, sure. I may as well leave the chairs out and then pack everything else up.